Hello, everyone. My name is Joshua Snyder, and I'm here to share a story. One that begins with a simple moment many of us have experienced: dropping off a child at a church program, summer camp, or daycare. You know, that slight knot in your stomach when you walk away wondering, are they safe? Are they having fun? Will someone let me know if something goes wrong? As a retired senior leader in the armed forces and now the director of security at our local church, I've seen firsthand what happens when parents don't feel entirely in the loop. It can erode trust, create unnecessary anxiety, and undermine the sense of community we value so deeply. Today, I want to tell you how we can change that. Let's explore how we can use technology and human-centered design to bridge the communication gap between children's ministry leaders and parents, making everyone feel secure, confident, and truly connected. Let's take a moment to recall some playful ways we use communication as children. Do you remember making telephones out of paper cups and pieces of string? We'd stretch them tight between two kids, and through a bit of physics and a lot of imagination, we sent our whispers back and forth. Or what about that classic grapevine game where one child would whisper a sentence to another, and by the time it reached the last person, it sounded nothing like when we started? These simple old-fashioned examples highlight something important. We've always been looking for ways to share information, even if it meant makeshift methods that weren't always reliable. Today, we live in an era of streamless connection. If we can track our pizza delivery or see where our rideshare car is in real time, why can't we have that same type of immediacy and transparency when it comes to our children? Our design challenge is straightforward to articulate, but not as easy to solve in practice. How do we close the communication gap between children ministry leaders and parents? Week after week, parents entrust their children to our care and return to pick them up later, often without receiving any meaningful updates in between. If a child is hurt, acts out, or even has a shining moment we love to celebrate, those stories might not surface until long after the fact. It's time to rethink this process. In a world where technology can give us live feed of nearly anything, it's only logical that we apply this capability to something that truly matters: keeping parents informed about their children's safety and their experiences. To understand this better, we looked at trends beyond just our church walls. Here's what we found. Millennials, now often parents themselves, are returning to church, up 18% since 2019, and they're bringing with them expectations formed by the digital world. Many smaller churches haven't embraced online tools, leaving parents feeling disconnected. Innovation in child check-in out systems abound. Think about apps that ping you when a friend arrives or when a rideshare shows up. Social media, messaging apps, and dedicated platforms can bridge this gap if used thoughtfully. But they come with big questions. How do we ensure privacy and safety? How do we keep it simple? This research showed us that the solution isn't just about tech, it's about using the right tools in the right way. So here's our opportunity. We want to shrink the communication gap between children's ministry leaders and parents to alleviate concerns and increase awareness, empowering parents to feel secure and informed. In other words, we're not just trying to fix a problem. We're aiming to transform a relationship, one where parents walk in confidence, leave with a peace of mind, and feel genuinely connected to their child's experience. To get there, we had to understand the human side of this problem. We didn't just want data, we wanted stories and lived experiences. So we engaged in three forms of empathy work. They were interviews, guided tours, and shadowing observations. First, in interviews, We talked directly with parents, teachers, and ministry leaders. Parents told us about that uneasy silence when they don't know if their child is okay. Teachers described the frustration of not having a quick way to reach parents during a sudden incident. During our guided tours, we observed the check-in process and classroom activities. We watched how children were dropped off and how teachers managed the chaos of multiple children and where communication breakdowns often occur. With our shadowing observations, we followed a children's church leader on a Sunday service. We saw moments of tension and moments of joy, times when a quick message to a parent could have made all the difference. From these empathy exercises, we didn't just confirm the communication gap, we felt it. We saw parents lean in, waiting for a text that never came. We saw teachers weighing whether to interrupt a parent's worship just to say, your child is okay, but they scraped their knee. This is about real people, real worries, and real opportunities to do better. Out of those stories emerged three key themes. First, a lack of communication infrastructure. Parents want reliable, real-time connection. Teachers want quick, simple ways to reach out. The old method, that verbal updates after the fact, just aren't enough. Secondly, we observe the absence of sign-in, sign-out procedures. Without a proper system, it's easy for kids to slip in and out unnoticed, raising safety concerns and confusion. And lastly, we saw the need for communication training. Even the best tools won't matter if teachers and volunteers don't know how to use them. Not effectively. We need training and clear protocols to support a new system. To frame our thinking, we asked, how might we use a virtual system to help close the communication gap between parents and children's ministry staff, while also addressing training and liability concerns? This question became our guiding star. It says, yes, let's use technology, but let's do it in a thoughtful way. Let's make sure it's not just a gadget, but a tool that supports human connection. Now, before we jumped into solutions, we got creative. We looked through the lens of SCAMPER, a classic ideation method. SCAMPER is an acronym that stands for substitute, combine, adapt, modify, or magnify, put into other uses, eliminate, reverse. And so we asked ourselves with substitute, instead of using manual sign-in sheets, what if we used a digital kiosk or mobile app? Like scanning into Disneyland rides or gym memberships. With combine, we asked, what if we merge real-time messaging apps with a check-in system so parents get alerts, like tracking a package delivery. In adapt, we asked if we could borrow from hospital pager systems or school emergency alerts. These are systems that parents already trust. When we looked into to modify, we asked, why not create a fun, visual, engaging interface that not only informs but delights parents, like how museum interaction exhibits engage visitors. And then putting it into other uses, we felt that we could use the same platform for events announcements, volunteer coordination, or emergency alerts for the entire congregants. In eliminating, we said, let's remove the guesswork. No more vague, we'll let you know if something happens. Instead, parents can opt into specific notifications like snack time, lesson topics, or outdoor play. And when we looked into reverse, instead of parents having to ask leaders for updates, we proactively push updates out. Parents can be in the sanctuary and know their child just had a great moment, sharing a Bible verse. This ideation process gave us a playground of possibilities, fueling the creation of a solution that feels right for our community. After shifting through all these ideas, one solution stood out: KidCheck. KidCheck is a digital check-in, check-out system specifically designed for children's ministries. It's affordable, starting at about $15 a month after a $259 starter kit. But don't let the price fool you. It's loaded with tons of features. So we saw that in the area of security, the system requires an ID, a photo ID verification. It also tracks allergy alerts and it authorized pickup onlys. They have an accurate attendance tracking, no more relying on memory or scribbled notes. They have mobile express check-in where parents can check their children in with the tap on their phone. They have emergency text messaging. If a child scrapes their knee, the parent knows immediately. No more surprises after service. And lastly, and probably my favorite, there's free training and support. Our volunteers won't be left to figure out, hey, how does this work? KidCheck helps us every step of the way. KidCheck doesn't just solve our communication gap. It's a platform that allows parents to feel in control, informed, and at peace. Of course, no solution is perfect without testing. We plan to compare KidCheck against two other systems. Planning Center is a church management platform that provides organizational tools for events, people, and services. It offers a range of features for ministry operations, but doesn't focus heavily on children's security or immediate parent notifications. By testing Planning Center, we can see if its general purpose flexibility can measure up to KidCheck's specialized focus. Secondly, we looked into the Breeze Church Management System, which is a popular solution that offers attendance tracking and messaging. While Breeze is known for its user-friendly interface, we need to determine whether it can deliver the same sense of security and real-time engagement for children ministry that KidCheck provides. By running small-scale trials, testing KidCheck, Planning Center, and Breeze side by side, we'll gather real feedback from parents and staff. Which system feels simplest? Which one engages parents best? Which one offers the peace of mind we're striving for? Our measure of success won't just be a checklist of features. It'll be the smiles on parents' faces when they say, I felt involved and informed every step of the way. Our journey began with a simple yet powerful question. How can we close this communication gap and help parents feel truly secure and empowered? By listening closely to the people at the heart of this challenge, parents, children ministry staff, and our broader church family, we discovered the right path forward. Through a collaborative ideation process guided by our design team's creativity and the steady support of our design coach, we tapped into the lived experiences of those directly affected. Their stories, insights, and feedback shaped our approach every step of the way. KidCheck and other similar platforms allowed us to take today's technology and channel it into something far greater than convenience. We're using it to cultivate trust, the most important human element of all. This isn't merely about scanning badges or sending texts. It's about reassuring a parent that their child is cared for, cherished, and safe. It's about transforming our church from a weekly destination to a true home base for connection, care, and belonging. Before I conclude, I want to sincerely thank everyone who contributed. Our dedicated design team who worked tirelessly and thought creatively to find the right solutions. Our design coach who kept us on track and inspired us to think bigger. And the parents and children ministry staff who opened their hearts, shared their stories, and helped us to understand the real life impacts of our efforts. Without their guidance, we wouldn't have the clarity or confidence in the solutions we present today. Thank you all for listening, for caring about this issue as much as we do, and joining us on this journey towards a safer, more communicative, and more loving environment. for every child in our care.